So I don't know if you could take a look at this plant. So I don't know if this will be impactful. 2 weeks ago, this plant was, well, dead. But about a month ago, I got back from rehab last year, and I assumed over the responsibilities of the house, and there was a little confusion on taking care of this plant. Well, Crystal took care of this plant while I was away, and she was really proud of it because that's the only plant she's ever kept alive. Well, I misunderstood, and I didn't know I was supposed to start watering this plant. But anyway, the plant died over the winter. We found it about a month ago, and it was just dead. I'm talking brittle, dead, just completely dead, dried up. And Crystal told me just to throw it away. And I thought, yeah, it's gone. But you know what I thought? The root system is still in place. Everything is still in place. Why can't it be brought to life with a little water and TLC, a little sun? And lo and behold, about a week ago, I started seeing some buds. And I wish I took a little video. I'm gonna insert that here. The example here, of course, is it doesn't matter how dry and dead you think something is. Our marriage, this is a symbolic of our marriage. Our marriage was so over. I mean, in my mind, I'm just thinking of how we're gonna go through the divorce, what's gonna get split up. I mean, I'd already written off this marriage. But lo and behold, my wife and I have restored our love. We're more passionately in love than ever because we put God in the mix. And this is just a sign, an example rather, that it doesn't matter how far away you are from God, how dead you think a situation is or a relationship or your heart. If you just feed it, in this example, water and sun, but for your soul, for your heart, for your mind, God's word, God's love, God can restore anything. So now we're going to take it to the next step. John talks about the plant that does not bear fruit. We prune it. We prune the branches. Some of these branches are obviously kind of dead at the ends, and we want to prune them so all the resources and nutrients in the water and the root system could just go to the living, thriving plants, and just provide the best growth to those, and just let the old dead just clearly die and pass off in order to inspire bigger, more growth in the existing life, plants with life in it. You know what I'm saying? That's not a perfect delivery. And we're gonna customize this, personalize this. We're gonna cut off a little pride, and then cut off a little lust. And then what I'm gonna cut off, I'm gonna look a little poor humor, inappropriate humor. Comparison is something I deal with. A little ego here. I think I got a lot more pride over here. A little bit hidden in here. A little bit of selfishness. You know what? And just got a little bit of anger. Just a little bit of anger. Okay, so it is 4/23, April 23rd, and we're gonna check back on this at a later date. Okay, so it is 3 months later, and look what we got. It's midsummer. Look what we got going on. Now, I want to remind you, I never really got video of it in this state, but this plant was so dry, so dead. There was not soil, it was dirt, like dirt clods. If you could have took a match to it, you could have chopped it up, ground it up in a pistol mortar and made a root dust. I mean, there was no way anyone would think, okay, at that. But there's no way anyone would think life would come back to this plant. So you guys get the illustration. It doesn't matter how far you've drifted from God. It doesn't matter how hardened you think that heart is, your heart is, how far gone that marriage is, that relationship with your parent, your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister, whatever it is, you know, when you put God in the mix, I mean, life can be restored. And I'm going to tell you though, I want to show you, so there's two things I've noticed. First of all, this all happened really quickly within a month of the last video. It's been 3 months. But I want you to notice something here. This right here, these flowers, Crystal, we saw this the other day. We're like, she goes, the whole year she had it. This never happened. This plant is better than it was before. This is new fruit that we didn't even know it was capable of. The plant is better. But another thing is though, I mean, look at this. Look at this though. Look at this though. That's pride has crept back. I mean, look at that. So much taller and longer. What does this branch think it is? That's arrogant. That's arrogant. And that's offensive. But we don't want to have an offendable spirit. But you know, you guys, you know the drill. You know the drill. You know what it's time for. We always got to be pruning. We always got to be cutting things off that aren't serving us well in our life, in our ministry, in our church, in our workplace. There's always things that to ask God to remove from our heart. Just like our marriage, we've come a long way, but trust me, after just based off this morning with my wife, we both work from home together. God's got a lot of work to do in us as a whole. So anyway, I hope this is beneficial to you. Oh, and you know, sometimes it's not bad to get a little aggressive in our faith. I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta push into God a little harder.